What's going on, people? We are back again with another freaking video. Damn, I don't know why I'm so excited today. But anyway, listen, let's get into the nitty and freaking gritty, all right? So when it comes to Tammy in this episode 2 of season 5, I really like the level of support that she's been getting. And the reason why I really like it is because, you see, for a very long time, this family has struggled a lot with positive energy. They've struggled a lot with supporting one another. And if anything, sometimes when people have been on a journey to better themselves, the other person or somebody is the one that hasn't. So there's always been the weakest link. There's always been that one that isn't ready to push the button to do better. But now we're in a situation where it feels like everybody is on a page where they're looking to do better. But there is still something that I have to heavily question, and we will get that throughout the video. But with that being said, though, please do start off by hitting that like button, also subscribing, and let's get into the few clips that I was able to get up together of exactly what went down with Tammy scenes on the most recent episode.
I'm trying, but really miss him.
Don't let it get you depressed. When we come back out, she's upset and crying. I was feeling some type of way about leaving Caleb behind. And
you know what, though? I really like the fact that Chris is like, listen, you know, I know that this is going to be a hard journey. I think for him, because obviously he's gone through the weight loss journey himself and still going through it, he knows the challenges and the difficulties that's going to come. But also at the same time, knowing who Tammy is and knowing who his sister is, he also knows that, you know, she can be someone who can be very vulnerable at times, very sensitive at times, and any little thing could easily trigger her. But also at the same time, I feel like when you're just looking at some of the other family members and you're seeing the reflex, not the reflex, that's not the freaking word. When you see what happens after a weight loss or whatnot, you always want to make sure that somebody is okay. You always want to check up on them. So again, like I said before in previous videos, I like the fact that depression has been a conversation that has been so freaking key. But not only that, but also it's being tackled. It's not just a conversation where we're just seeing it. No. We're seeing it being tackled. And Chris, you know, being aware that this is the may fall into that trap. That's him trying to tackle it and help and support her. So I like the fact that he's making Tammy feel like she's appreciated. He's making Tammy feel like she's wanted, because let's be real, neglect has always been a big thing within this family. Not necessarily within the siblings, but it's been definitely something that's happened within the parents and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I like that. I love that energy.
Tammy's had a problem in the past with bottling up her feelings. We're here when you want to talk.
Right now, I'm just coping. Like I'm suppressed it.
You know, they always say absence makes the heart grow fonder. 500 miles is a lot of damn absence.
Sitting in the front seat, it's like a whole new world. I mean, you're experiencing everything from a different point of view.
You know what, though? So crazy. For someone like myself and for someone like many of you guys out here, sitting in the front seat is like an everyday thing. It's literally like a fundamental thing, a basic thing. It's something that when we do it, I guess after a while we become immune to it. That it's not something that we really have to appreciate or to really care about or analyze. Don't get me wrong, I say that sometimes when I'm on my travels in a different country, of course, you know, when I'm driving my car, whichever car that I have at the time, whatever, of course I'm enjoying sitting in the front, you know, looking at all the views, or even when the sunset comes in, you're looking at the sunset, you're looking at the sunrise, looking at the beautiful trees, the mountains, you name it. Oh my God, I need to go on a holiday again. Real freaking quick, damn. Recommendation. Italy, Dolomites. I recommend you go there. Beautiful freaking views, okay? Iceland as well. Beautiful views when you're driving. If you're like me and you're not a big fan of driving because it gets boring, those countries do not get boring because the views are spectacular and you can stop anywhere, which also still brings me back to my point. The fact that Tammy is now in that position where she can finally sit in the front seat. It may be a small thing to us, but I can see and understand why it's a big thing to her, because she's now in that seat where she can see anything and everything. And I feel like these are the things that I guess we take for granted. We don't take it for granted, but we take it for granted, if you know what I mean, because we may not appreciate it sometimes. But for Tammy now, it's good to see that she's finally in that position where she can be like, you know what, I can now finally appreciate things that everybody else has been appreciating. And that's something that, if anything, if she loves the idea of sitting in the front seat and being able to see things before everybody else, as she says, maybe this is something that will help her continue her journey, you know, obviously in staying healthy, which obviously we've seen her do anyway. But little things like these are things that we can definitely be like, you know what, I never want to lose the opportunity to be able to sit in the front seat and not be able to see the views. Because let's be real, views can make us feel fucking great. Tell me I'm lying, but we continue.
If you're the first person.
Like he's telling me how great I look.
How you doing, sweetie? You're looking so good.
But my mom hasn't said a word. Bariatric surgery.
I don't think you make it. I think you'll chicken out.
I remember this, you know. I remember this. I think this was season 1, wasn't it? I mean, you look at Amy then as well. Amy was just, and I remember that, man. And like, honestly, it was just so sad because, you know, we know that a part of Amy and Tammy's weight gain and, you know, their mental health and just the way they are, it comes from, you know, motherhood. It comes from fatherhood. It comes from just, you know, their upbringing. You know, the level of neglect and the lack of support and the lack of love, should we say, as well. And the lack of support. I think I said it already. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was important for Tammy to prove her mum wrong, but I can also understand why it'd be a good tool to have. You see what I'm saying? But I like the fact that she's now at that point where she's like, listen, I've made this happen. Everybody now is loving her, appreciating her, making her feel great about it, which is what she needs a lot. And trust me when I tell you, for me personally, I hate sympathy. I hate all this, you know, cuddling people, putting an arm around people's shoulder. I'm not a big fan, but sometimes in life, we all need it to keep us going and for us to feel great and to make us feel like we've finally achieved something. So you know what, though? For me, in this situation, it makes sense. It is pretty much needed. So you know what, though? Shout out to everyone else that's obviously giving the support, but her mother does end up...
5 years ago when we started this, you said I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh. She wanted to prove me wrong, and I'm so proud of her for proving me wrong. You did, and I'm proud that you did.
What I'm saying is just saying I overcome it. I did it. Kids have a love-hate relationship with mom. But it felt kind of cool to be able to prove my mom that I'm not a complete failure.
That chicken is spicy. Did it smack the hell out of you? It did. You want to bite?
I look like I'm eating for 2.
The last 14 months. So
Right, before Chris even justifies the whole food situation, this scene infuriated me because I've said this every single season. Every season that goes by, they always have a cookout or whatever you want to call it. They always have a barbecue all the freaking time. And that is why, you know, they've always struggled to lose weight. Because even when they're on a weight loss journey, they still manage to have these things. And I feel like these things are the things that's always been the most triggering for all of them to gain weight, to maintain weight, to not want to lose weight. You know, I feel like for Amy's been stagnant for a long time now. And these little barbecues here and there, they don't help the situation whatsoever. So for me personally, when I saw this, I was like, Tammy's just come out of rehab though. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's been a day, it's been a week, or been a month, because obviously we don't know the filming timeline, but she's just come out, man. And he's just like, yeah, boom, bam, let's just have a little barbecue and that. Start cooking all these things and that. But, you know, Chris has a justification for it.
barbecued and smoked some pork steak, some hamburger, some pork just about in the family on some kind of weight loss journey. I made it all healthy, you know, cut out the sugar on the barbecue sauce.
All right, listen, boom. Can you eat all that stuff and can it be healthy? Yeah, of course, 100%. Tammy did say that I feel like I'm eating for 2, and that was incredible to hear her say that, but that means that she's come along freaking well, and she's now very aware of portion control, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, though, the fact that somebody even tempted to give her more food than she asked for, or more food than they should, I don't like that. That don't sit well with me. Now, I think, luckily, the reassurance that we have is that we know that currently, right now, Tammy is still in a good place, and she's still losing weight, so I guess I don't have to worry about too much or be frustrated about too much. But either way, though, I just don't like it, you know? Listen, I'm not saying that you should have a family get together. Everybody should be sitting there eating freaking carrots and, you know, being all kumbaya. I'm not saying that. But, like, this has been a pattern in their family forever. Like, having too much food available all the time, you know? So it really did bother me, to be fair. I generally feel like if I didn't know where Tammy was at right now, I probably would have been sitting here right now furious, been like, what is he doing? He's trying to sabotage her again. But for me personally, Chris has been definitely one of the biggest sabotagers of all their health, because this guy loves to cook fucking barbecues. I don't blame him, but I don't like it. All right? But with that being said, though, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.